broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Your music?
Yeah.
Hey. Is that quick? I love it, I love it, I love it. What's up, you guys? Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Spotlight On. I have a special guest in the studio. I'm your host, Stacy Ike. Twitter handle is below, so make sure you're tweeting me during the interview if you're seeing how fabulous we are. At One Take Stace, I'm here with Daniel Gibson. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to call you Boobies during the show or Daniel.
Yeah, I think Boobie
is
more fun.
We're going to go in and out.
It's just more fun.
How are you?
It's personal. I'm good. How you?
It's real. It's real. I like that.
Exactly.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, okay, first of all, I loved doing research on you because you're from Houston.
Yeah.
And this is the second Houston person I've had to interview this week, and I've been very excited about it. So I got to meet with Colleen earlier this week.
Okay, yeah, that's my girl.
You know, I'm having a Houston moment. So, didn't know that you went to UT.
Yes.
Do you still talk to some friends from UT? Any kind of connection there?
Well, I think that's important. A lot of people just forget that I have a college background.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I went to UT. I played ball there for 2 years, and I'm very proud of it.
Nice. Okay, so then
I plan on going back too at some point and finishing up. Just having
they'll miss you. Yeah. I'm sure they'll, because I read that and I was like, okay, I can't even hate this man went to UT. Like, we cool. Like, I love that.
Hook 'em. Shout out to all my homies out there.
Dang, I'm wearing orange today. I'm not.
Yeah, you in the spirit.
Look at me like caring. What is that? Anyway, okay, so we go from Houston, and I want to branch into your NBA career before we go to the music. I love that you're making this jump. I think from what the research showed me, a lot of people were kind of hating on this.
Yeah.
How was you feeling with family and friends telling you this is a bad move, this is a bad look?
Well, you know what? I've really gotten to the point where I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when you know you called to do something, you can't really listen to the people who telling you not to do it because they weren't called.
Right.
They don't wake up with music in their ears, and they don't wake up wanting to inspire people and wanting to give people their story. They don't wake up how I wake up. They don't look in the mirror and see the same person that I see.
Yeah.
So it took me a while because I've been a people pleaser my whole life. And so now this is just me stepping into my light and being who I believe I'm called to be.
So, on this question, you don't feel like you could have done both? You know, went the Shaq route, the Alverson route? Like, you don't think that was possible?
I think what people don't understand was I had a very bad injury playing basketball.
Yeah. I
tore a tendon in the left side of my foot. And so I could play basketball, but being the
Not
type
being
of,
the best.
Yeah, I can't just do something for the sake of doing it.
Right.
And I feel like what happened with my career, I feel like nothing happens. Everything happens for a reason. And when I experienced that injury and I went down, that was an opportunity for me to hit rock bottom, everybody to see me hit rock bottom, and now see me come up out of that. And that's what the music has been for me. It's been me coming out of that and me being that inspiration to other people it don't stop. You keep going, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's where keep pushing comes from. That's my motto.
That
you
single
keep
y'all
pushing.
heard.
You keep pushing, and that's what it's about, and that's what I represent. So yeah, I really don't care what anybody got to say about what I'm doing, because I feel like they'll see what I'm about real soon.
Okay. Do you miss the game at all?
All the time. All the time. Like I still watch all the games. I still have guys who I'm friends with that's still playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Who I went, LaMarcus Aldridge went to UT with me. He's still playing. He just signed to the Spurs. But I think everybody have their own path in life, and you can't be afraid to be who you call to be. It's so many people out here that's hiding, like they don't want to step out on faith, and that's what I'm doing.
I love that. Okay, so what's your advice to people that are, leaving the league for one reason or the other. Kobe just left. He just announced that he's going to be leaving after this season.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice to him living on the other side now?
Well, hey, I can't give Kobe no advice.
I mean, you can though. You've been out. I mean, it's a different experience.
And it's just, I think what people really have to understand about NBA basketball players is it's only 15 max years of your life.
Right.
You only get 15 years to make that money, and then it's done.
Right.
So when you 34 years old and that's done, what do you do from there?
After that.
So many guys that we loved playing basketball, when they stopped playing, we completely forgot about them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody even thinks about that aspect of it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
True,
and so for me, all I'm doing is my career ended a little early, which was hard on me. It was hard on me.
That's what I was going to say, even with, because I don't feel like your career ended because it had to necessarily.
Yeah.
It was your decision, as you say.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you were surprised by your decision to end that? I know a lot of people were, but what about yourself?
Yeah, I think it just it's something that happened, and it's something that I felt that I had to do. I felt like it was necessary because of how I came up. I've never really been able to express this side of me. I've never been able to let people hear my voice, and I know that it's something that's necessary in society. When I look out in society, everybody seems so angry. Everybody putting on these masks and putting on these fronts. And so I feel like it's very necessary for me to be who I am in the face of everybody doubting it, and then being victorious and letting people see that you could do what you want to do regardless of what anybody got to say about it, if you about that life.
I agree with that. And this is, this is an honest thing that happens when people change careers. People hate. Is there anyone specifically you want to rub the goodness in their face a little bit? I mean, it's real,
it's really everybody. Okay. I was thinking yesterday, I think you're going to make a big mistake hating on me in the early stages of this thing.
Okay.
Because this is really the early stages, and everybody began somewhere.
Right.
And I feel like I know where I'm going. I see it in my sleep. Every day I wake up, every time I write a bar, I see the improvement. So I know where I'm headed.
Right.
So it'll be a big mistake to count me out this early, knowing that at one point I'll be where I want to be.
I like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's very brave. That was my first reaction to it, because a lot of people say, limp through the money or just do whatever you got to do for the money. And
man, you know what? That's what, and that's what irks me the most. Everybody out here just living life, passing time, just for the money or whatever. Like, that's not life. That's not happy. Like, the way to be happy is to do what you love. And go hard at it, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm about being happy, and this right here is making me happy, so that's what I'm doing.
Look at that smile, you guys. Look how genuine that is. Okay, cool. So I know you have a poetry background.
Yeah.
So now we're changing poetry into music. We're flowing that, we're adding the beats and whatnot. What does that process look like for you? Are we in the studio 10 times a day? Who are we studying? How is that? How are you transitioning?
Initially it was Tupac.
Okay.
Because he's somebody who took the poetry and turned it into music that can heal. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So with me, I write poetry about everything. People want to hear about what it's like in the NBA, what it's like before the game. You know what I'm saying? I write about every single thing. And so the way the poetry is, it's just, when you write poetry, you're so vulnerable. And normally poets keep that to themselves. They don't really share it. And so what the music has done is given me a platform to use the poetry and use my message to just touch people and touch people. Anybody that's come in contact with my music, they just blown away by it. Because like you said, the bar is so low for athletes making music. They don't have a clue. Like, what are you doing?
They don't have anything to compare it to.
But then when they hear it, it's like, oh shit, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? So the poetry just allows me to be vulnerable. It just allows me to be open. And that's where I'm at right now, just taking my mask off and letting people see me for who I really am.
So in that, is there something that's the hardest to write about? Is it relationships? Is it being a father? Because I mean, every artist says, I write about everything, and but it's hard to write everything and to tell all of us. So what's the hardest thing for you to actually put down on paper and release out?
Ooh, it started out, the most difficult thing I had to write about was when I really hit rock bottom. And that had to do with relationships, that had to do with the NBA, that had to do with how I felt about my own life. Like, I didn't even want to exist no more at that point because I didn't have basketball and I didn't have love. So at that moment, what I wrote, I didn't want to share it with nobody because it was that dark. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to keep it to myself. But as I began to get better, I realized that if I shared that with somebody, there's somebody else that might be in that same position that is considering not being here, not wanting to disappear. And so those are the hardest things to write about, those moments where I felt like nobody loved me or nobody cared. When I write about that now, it gives me inspiration because I know there's people out there like that who need to hear that to feel better.
So where are you writing? Are you the type of person you got to be at Starbucks? You need a coffee bean? You need a ballpoint pen? I mean, what do you need when you write this stuff
I need to put my phone down. I swear I do.
Turn off Instagram. Log off.
I need to put my phone down. I'm trying to make it a point because that's a little demon in your pocket. Really Everybody don't know that. We spend so much time on our phone and we miss out on so much. But I write everything in my phone. I do. I mean, that's where all my information goes.
It's easy. I get that. I get that. So right now, how do you define the rap game? I mean, I feel like there's Fetty Wap, then there's Drake. There's this like span of, there's Travis Scott, who's also from Houston. There's a lot of these different types of blends. Yeah. Do you fit in somewhere? I mean, it's easy to say, I stand out, but I mean, where are you in that spectrum?
The thing about me is, when it comes to the rap game in its entirety, is I'm speaking from, I think it's a lot of angry rappers in the game. I think there's a lot of guys out there that rap and feel like they have to present this bravado. Like, you gotta see me with my chest out, and if my chest ain't out, I'm weak, and y'all can't see me weak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't listen to
them. That's not the type of artist I am. Although I have records that let you know I am him. You know what I'm saying?
Like I am something.
Yeah,
like,
you need to understand that I do got that. That's a part of me. But also a part of me is just that honesty. You know what I'm saying? The vulnerability, the being able to tell you, I want to take my girl on a date. I want to walk on the beach with her.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
there's hope. All right.
I rap like that. I rap like that.
No, honestly,
but there's also,
some of the other sides.
You have to voice all three because I've been through all three.
Right.
I have the times where I don't want to go on a date. I want to just chill and let's keep it Netflix
let's
and
keep
chill.
It.
You know what I'm saying?
If I hear you write a song called Netflix and chill, we're going to talk. No,
it's very possible.
I'm not mad at that because it's important to see rappers having a spectrum. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you just see one dimension, and it's bothersome because you're like, this can't just be because rap is an art, and I feel like some people don't do that art justice.
And that's why I fell in love with music, not only because it saved my life, but because the freedom of expression. I could talk about whatever I want to talk about, and I ain't gonna get in trouble for it. You know what I'm saying? I could really voice my opinion on a lot of things: love, hate, money, basketball, whatever it is I'm feeling, I can express it, and ain't nobody taking that away from me. I feel like if you love what you do, you should be able to do it.
I love that. Okay, so how was your music influence as a father? I mean, how does your son feel about it? Is he like, Dad, this is great, or what are you doing?
You know what? DJ loves everything
that you do.
Yeah,
which means you're doing a good job.
I actually was in the studio last night and I wrote a song called Daddy Like Me. So that's a song.
That's cute.
I'm on all perspectives, you know what I'm saying? And I just
all right, y'all. All right. He's playing.
I wrote it from the sense of saying, like, I try to be a superhero to my son. Like, I think a lot of fathers out here need to step up and be who we're called to be. We have to be the man of the house. And so I wrote this record, just talking about how I feel about my son, and I know what he's gonna experience in life, and it's my job to prepare him the best way that I can.
Was he there when you released your single in October?
DJ is there every chance I get. So cool. I'm sure he was right here, excited about it and happy. And what I want my son, when he grows up, I want him to look at his dad. His dad played in the NBA. His dad is going to be a great rapper. His dad will probably be on TV at some point. I want my son to look at me and say, whatever you want to do,
I can do it.
go get it.
Yeah.
And you not just you can do it, but you gotta work hard to go get it
and
consistently do it. And yeah, that's my motto for my baby boy.
So Keep Pushing is out.
Yes.
Amazing. How did you feel? What was your reaction? What are the fans saying? What are your haters saying?
It was the biggest burden. It felt like the biggest weight. It was just lifted off of my shoulders. Because what people don't understand is I'm in the studio. Like, I treat music just like I treated basketball when I first started playing. I was the first person in the gym, the last person to leave. So when it comes to music, I wake up in the morning writing, and I'm in the studio all night trying to make sure I get out every ounce of creativity I have inside. And so when it comes to just the art and everything, like, it's Keep Pushing was just me saying to the world, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I made it sound Houston, so you know where I came from.
Yes, you did, people.
You gotta know. You gotta know I came from Houston. But like with Keep Pushing being released, that was just me saying, I don't care what you gotta say. I'm rapping. This is what I'm doing. So respect it or leave me alone.
What are you learning about the rap game that you didn't know? Because I think people think, oh, I'm gonna do music. And it's no big deal. You get it, you know, especially if you come from a certain, you know, caliber. You're coming from the NBA. People are thinking, no worries, you get a producer, you get a friend, you just do it together. What's the hard part that you're actually like, this takes work? What
I did not want to do is go out and spend my NBA money trying to find Lil Wayne and T.I. and say, y'all say I'm dope, so they gonna think I'm dope. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go out and get no features like that. I wanted people to see me. I want people to hate on me. I want to walk up to you with my CD, give it to you as if I'm just starting out, and you tell me how you feel about it. Don't look at me like a basketball player because I'm not playing basketball. I'm doing music. And so that's just been my approach, just getting it out the mud, you know what I'm saying? Just like any other artist would do. And I think what people have to understand is when you go in basketball, it's a discipline that you have to have. You're not allowed to be like that. You're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get fined. They're gonna take your money.
Yeah, they don't tell us that part.
And so with art, you're allowed to be free and you're allowed to express yourself, and that's what I'm learning. I'm learning that you can't be all modest and all nice all the time. It's kill or be killed. When you making music, your competition is everybody that you making music with. So when we doing this interview, when you make, well, you competing with yourself, but when we doing this interview, I can't sit over here with you and be like, you know what, I'm just doing music and like, you know, it's fun, but that's it. You know, nah. You really have to come to it knowing that what you're doing is the shit.
Is what's up. I love
and
that.
anybody that's listening to it need to feel that way about it. And so that just gotta be your approach, and that's what I've learned, because I'm just naturally a humble, cool guy. But I'm learning that with this, like, this has become my life. This music has become me. So I take that very seriously. I don't take it light at all, and I want people to come to listen to my music with deaf ears. I don't want you to come to my music like, oh, this a basketball player rapping. Just give me the chance you would give a guy that this is his first time letting you hear his music, because that's what my approach is.
I love that. Who do you feel like you want to collab with that matches that type of because I think that's a very specific sentiment to music. There's some people that come into it very egotistic and don't really care what you think. I think you're coming from a different point of view. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm proving to, it's like you're proving more to yourself than everybody else, and I like that. So who do you feel like eventually you'd want to maybe work with?
I mean, somebody who I look at in the rap game as somebody who I take a lot from already is Fabulous. I say that in my interviews all the time.
I did not expect that.
Nobody gives him the credit that he deserves, but he kills every single record that he's on. And we had the same kind of flow. Like, he's just somebody that I've always listened to, you know what I'm saying? Like, his bars and his delivery, you respect Fab whenever he's on a song.
I really did not expect that. Now I'm thinking of like all my songs that I do actually like that are Fabulous that I don't think about.
Yeah, like Fab is just, Fab is him. And he don't care what nobody got to say. He's not out here trying to say, I'm the best rapper in the world. He just do his work and let his work speak for itself. And then, you know, all time, you know, LL Cool J is somebody who else. That's who else I'm rolling.
That's
with.
a good one. Okay, I did expect that. I can do it. That's
but,
cool.
But Fabulous is somebody.
What if all three of you did a song together? What would it be called?
It'll be smooth. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It'll be smooth because those two guys, I've kind of dubbed my music as Flow and B. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no R&B singer, but I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm laid back. I got a certain swag, a certain H-Town twang to me, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like you like Houston more than I like Houston. You can't be making me look like I don't like my city. Like, I don't feel like I care as much, which is great.
It made me. What I came from is who I am.
I mean, it made me too, but we both in LA, so don't play. But okay, so I love that. Actually, if we're gonna talk about Houston, that's great. Tell me about this H-Town remix. What Truth Is with Colleen. I got to talk to her on Tuesday, and I heard the record today, and I was very excited. Congratulations on the release.
Thank you.
So I'm hearing your verse, and I'm like, okay, so basically, if our schedules don't match up, we can't be friends. Like, what are you trying to tell me in this verse?
Well, it was just the truth is.
Okay.
Truth is that she came hard. She was like, you think you got all these women, I got all these niggas. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, baby. Relax, because you having a lot of dudes is not cool. You should not have a lot of men. You should have one.
Okay.
And if that one is gonna be me, you gotta understand who and what you're dealing with. And so that was the angle and the approach I came with, you know. And
you were trying to fight back, trying to get the other side.
I tried to get the fellas a little say so in the record, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because y'all weren't in it at first. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yes, girl.
She was doing this pretty bad.
But I mean, she wasn't wrong though.
I mean, there's a lot of dogs out here.
Yeah.
And I've been one, you know. For a time or two in my life, I'm not afraid to admit that.
Appreciate the
truth.
But
you know, it's about growth. You know, we shouldn't be judged by one thing in our life. You know what I'm saying? We all grow. We go through these phases. And so I think she came hard, but I think I gave the fellas, I say.
The contrast was definitely clean. I like that. I understood what she was saying. I understood what you were saying.
Yeah, I didn't want to come too hard.
You know, because you don't want to be there. You were just you were just saying, listen, I hear you, but let me tell you what's really going on.
Yeah. So you could be with me and you wouldn't need none of them niggas.
Well,
truth is.
We'll see. Truth is part 2 and see what happens. We'll see what happened. What's coming up next for you, Daniel? Like, are we talking? You know, because I heard that you did an album or even Suicide over Trey Devon Martin. That was amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, and I know
Thank you.
You're very, I guess you pay attention a lot to what's going on in the media, and I appreciate that. You know, sometimes it's hard to get celebrities to drag on this side, and we want to ask them to be a part of that and to speak out. And I feel like you've been very vocal about that.
I think a lot of us are put in these positions, and we don't take the necessary honor in being in the spotlight. You know, if you have an audience of people who look to you, you have to be a voice to them to help them understand certain things or say things that they might not be able to say. And so with everything that was going on in the world, I have a son, and my son has to grow up in this world and deal with the police and so many other things that go on in the world. And so with me being an artist, I felt like it was my duty to express how I felt about my son having to grow up in this world. And that's where that record came from. And moving forward with my music, I want people to understand there's a lot to Daniel Gibson, a lot.
Full circle.
With my EP dropping, this is a secret that my team don't even know about. I wrote a short book too, and it's kind of like I write children's books, but this is a children's book for grown-ups. So basically, it's like a motivational book based on a lot of the things that I've been through and that I'm still going through and pushing through. It's just my way to give them something with my EP to tell them to keep pushing. So my book gonna drop, my EP gonna drop.
Look at you.
The poetry, I'm gonna start doing short series poetry books as well.
Okay.
Because I have so much poetry that's just stored away.
Right.
I'm gonna start giving that to the people too, so people can see this is not something that just happened overnight. I didn't just wake up, stop playing basketball, and say, you know what, I got money, I'm gonna go rap.
Right.
It didn't go down like that.
Right.
This was something that I felt like me and God had a conversation about, and God told me, this is something that I want you to do, and this is who you should be, and this is what people need to see. And so that's what people are gonna get from me. When you see me, it ain't just me, it's God working through me. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. So as soon as that book goes to publishing, I want a copy right here.
Yeah, you
like
got that.
Y'all heard
you
what
from H-Town, so you
know,
got
so
deals.
I need the copy right here so I can make sure. I love that. That's amazing. I love that. And it's funny because you talked a little bit about, you know, your relationship with God and how that's influenced you. Yeah. If you go on his Twitter, you're very inspirational. Yeah. I was very impressed to see that. It was a lot of, you know, a lot of quotes and a lot of, you know, forgiveness is love. That was something I read that I was like, it is love. I need to write that down. So that was amazing. Is there somebody inspiring you, kind of getting you to that place?
Just self-reflection.
Okay.
Everything that I've been through has kind of made me look in the mirror and check myself. Mm-hmm. And so being as though I'm flawed, a lot of people know I'm flawed. Right. I want to show my flaws and show this process of me working them out. And so on my Twitter, when I say that stuff, I'm learning it too.
At the same time, favoriting it at the same time. Yes.
I'm clicking like too.
Yes.
Because when God speaks to me, he give me something like last night, it was forgiveness is love and it was forgiveness is happiness. And that was about me forgiving myself for a lot of the things that I've done. And I held myself captive for a long time and I wasn't allowing myself to be who I know I can be. And like I said, there's other people out there who feel the same way. So on my Twitter, whenever I feel these little moments,
you be like, screenshot.
Yeah, well,
that's really yes.
I send it, and I'm going through it too. So it's just we all going through it together.
I love that. Okay, so listen, a lot of the fans want to know. Yeah, I told you I was going to get you this question. Are you dating? And what's her name? If you are,
I am not.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Let me take that back.
Okay.
I am dating. I'm dating the music. I'm dating.
This man
Let me get there, because I ain't even finna get political with you. I know you think I'm about to give you the political answer, but it ain't. I'm dating my music, and I'm dating God. And the reason why that's the case is because somehow, actually, Lil Mama, I'm gonna just throw it out there. Lil Mama sent me a clip, and it was a sermon that was on television, and the sermon was talking about focusing on your purpose. And when you're focused on your purpose, and that means your purpose, what you're here to do for God. If you focused on that, whatever love, everything else that you need will come because it'll be tied to your purpose. So that's where my focus is. I'm just focused on being who I know I'm supposed to be. And I know love gonna come because I want it. I'm just no longer looking for it. I'm no longer looking for it.
So if you're not looking for it, which is incredible because you're the guy. So I'm like, if the guy's not looking for it, and she like, is there somebody? I guess do you have a type? Is there something that you kind of look for in?
Of course,
in love?
I have a type. Well,
tell the fans just in case I can help somebody out.
Ambition.
Okay.
That is the sexiest thing a woman can wear. A woman that knows what she wants and she go to get it. Like, say for instance, we hang out and we chill and we spend the night, Netflix and chill. There's nothing else. It's the real chill, not the chill we
not
think
the
it is.
chill, but the chill.
We chill, and then the next day we wake up. She tells me she gotta leave to go do what she needs to do. That's the sexiest thing in the world to me. Don't label me.
I clap for that girl.
Don't label me all day.
I love that. I love that.
Don't label me all day.
Don't be here.
Yeah, and that too. Yeah, and I think that's big. And lips. I like lips.
Really? Because there's a lot of this Kylie Jenner, that's the type of lip that we should look towards.
No.
You talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Lips, like not
like the black woman lip.
Yeah, it's just lips. Yeah, it's just something about lips that I like. You know, that's a preference of mine.
Okay, ladies, I gave you what you needed. You know, hopefully there may or may not be Twitter calls. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so last but not least, I want like a 5-year goal. You know, it's kind of hard to put music in a box and say this is where I'm going to be. But where do you hope to be? What are you looking towards? Maybe 5 years down the line.
Serving my purpose, which is inspiring people. I will be a respected artist at that point. I will be somebody that people look at and say, damn, we hated on that boy when he first said he was leaving the NBA to rap. but he did it. 5 years from now, people will respect my decision. They will understand why I did it, and my haters will probably be my fans.
That's probably very true.
They fans,
like,
they
yeah,
fans
they fans anyway. Because haters can't hate, you know, they gotta pay attention.
They'll lose some of that hate. You know what I'm saying? They'll listen to the music and stop hating the music before they even heard a bar. You know what I'm saying?
Did your teammates, did they support you when it happened?
You know what?
Was it disappointing?
What's crazy is they love me because they like, you nice, man. You should be playing basketball. Like, you nice. But they also know I'm nice with my pen, because when we would be on flights or when we would be in different places, I would always remix the songs that was out. You know what I'm saying? And then let my teammates hear them. And they be like, damn, this better than the song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I got guys in the NBA that vouch for me, and they, when I said I was doing it, they weren't surprised. They just were surprised that I was bold enough to not take the money and go after something I love.
All right. Was there anybody in the NBA that you're gonna miss playing against or playing with, or somebody?
Man, without a shadow of a doubt, LeBron James. You already knew that was gonna be my answer. I told him when he got me my money, I told him, I said I wouldn't have got this paper if it wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? And he's just somebody. LeBron is LeBron. So to have the opportunity to play with the best player, arguably in the world, is a blessing. And so that's probably the guy who I cherish the opportunity of playing with him. We went to the finals. We did so much together. So he's probably the one guy I would say, yeah, you miss playing with him because it's just that fun. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Okay, so 5 years down the line, I'm going to see a couple short story books, you know, a couple EPs, you know.
Album.
Okay, some albums, okay, some collabs.
EP
maybe.
is first, just so they can see
what's
who
up.
I am, what I have to offer. I'm gonna try to give a range in my EP. I'm gonna have some love. I'm gonna have some flossing. I'm gonna have a little bit of everything. But after that will be the music.
Okay. So, and then what is there? Something else that you want to dabble into, maybe in between rap, or is it just
acting?
I was gonna ask.
Television.
Okay, because you said television. Is there something? You know, are you trying to do the funny guy? Are you trying to be the tall guy? Because there are a few basketball players. Rick Fox, he's hilarious on the game. He was really funny, and that was a surprise to a lot of people. Do you feel like that's the kind of route you want to go? Or?
Well, I just think I really want to try like real acting. Like, I don't want them to put me in a movie and be like, go play basketball.
Go play Daniel. That's
you know what I'm
saying?
Like, I want the opportunity to get in front of the camera and like be somebody different, because what y'all don't know is it's like 5 of me. Like, they know, like my team know, like you might wake up and be a different person, but I want people to start hearing some of these voices that be going on in my head.
Sing it full fledged. So do we feel like LA is going to be the spot for a while then?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Well, that's not the reason. My son is here.
Right.
But yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just the perfect opportunity. There's so much going on out here. There's so many opportunities to try different things when it comes to artistry, and that's why I'm here.
I love it. Okay, so 5 years we'll re-meet. I mean, we'll probably re-meet before that, because I feel like you said album, so I'm thinking that's in a year we might chit chat.
Yeah, we gonna meet soon.
Because tell some people.
Right now it's early stages, and there's still a lot of doubters, but I'm turning them doubters into believers, and so once we get that popping, it's on.
Congratulations on everything, especially the confidence. I feel like that's half of the battle, you know, getting out of something like that and telling people like, this is the decision I made. And like I said, I watched a lot of people's, you know, interviews and backlash, and you handled it very well, so congrats.
Yeah, I'm definitely in a space right now where you can say what you want to say, feel how you want to feel. I'm gonna do what I do.
Write that down in a song. That sounds great, actually. I co-sign. I love it. Okay, so where can everybody keep in touch with you through this process? Twitter, give your Twitter handles, your Instagram, all that kind of jazz.
Well, my Twitter handle, as you said, is I try to be as inspirational and funny as I can be. Boobie's World 1 is my Twitter handle. Boobie Gang is my Instagram, and that's where a lot of times you'll see what I have coming. Like, I post like little videos or clips of the things that I have coming, and my website is being revamped so that people can really get the experience of me, which is boobiesworld.com. And that's where you're gonna be able to get my videos, my poetry, my book. I got a little clothing line that I'm dropping too.
I had a feeling
you trying to go around the spectrum.
Yeah,
but I've been doing this for the last 5 years.
Right, okay.
So all of these things are just now being completed, and now it's just time to show the world what I can do.
It's usually easy for me to ask somebody, you know, what's something your fans don't know about you? But you pretty much told me 5 things your fans do not know about you. I feel like no one who knew Daniel would have thought a clothing line's coming or a book is coming. So hat off. I love it. Yeah,
I've held a lot of things in for a lot of years. So this is my time to shine. This is my time to let people see Daniel Boobie Gibson in the flesh. No mask, no facade, no faking like I'm perfect. This is me. This is me.
Wow, we just thought of so many things. Faking like I'm perfect. Write that down too.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to want people to think I was him. But it's okay not to be perfect.
Well, you guys, you got his Twitter handle, you got his Instagram, and you got some news about what's coming next, so make sure you're staying tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching Spotlight On at AfterBuzz TV. I'm your host, Stacy Ike. You can check me out on Twitter, Instagram at OneTakeStace, and we will see you very soon.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.